Hello, my name is Sensei Alex Calcio, and I'm a teacher in the Bright Dawn Center of Oneness Buddhism. I'm also the author of the Buddhist blog with the same old Zen. If you'd like to follow my blog or find me on Twitter, I'll post the links in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll be notified each time I post a new talk here on YouTube. Now, the topic of today's talk will be the 4 awakened mind states, also known as the 4 divine abodes. And specifically, we'll be talking about the awakened mind state of loving kindness. But for your information, the 4 awakened mind states are compassion, loving kindness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Now, loving kindness is the mind that allows us to actively work to create happiness and joy both for ourselves and other people in the world. And there are a couple ways to do that, but first, I'd like to tell you something about the difference between Western thought and Buddhist thought. Now, in the West, we normally put our emotions before our actions. That is, we act based on our emotional mind state. So if we're walking down the street and we see someone walking towards us, if that person makes us feel anger, then we'll act in an angry way. Maybe we'll shout a dirty word. But in Buddhism, action comes before thought. So if we see that same person, because we're Buddhist practitioners and we're working to develop a mind state of loving kindness, we'll act first by smiling and saying, "Hey, it's good to see you." That action then results in a mind of happiness and joy, both in ourselves and in the other person. Action comes before mind. So if we want to develop a loving kindness mind state, we need to exhibit actions that lead to that mind. And there are some very simple ways to do that. The first would be gratitude meditations. Now, gratitude is very simple. It's just saying thank you for the things that we've received. And each time we do this and we're reminded of the happiness and the joy and the kindness that we experience each moment in the world, that makes us want to return the favor. It kind of cycles on itself that way. So for example, each time I sit down for a meal, I say a short prayer, which goes like this. May the merit of this meal benefit all beings. I give thanks to the universe that made it possible. Now, each time I say that, I'm forced to think about the farmers who grew my food, the truck drivers who brought it to the store, the cashier who checked it out, along with the sun and the moon that made it possible for the plants to grow, and then for me to eat those plants. And as I think about that kindness that I've received, it creates a mind of loving kindness that I'm then able to use in my interactions with other people throughout the day. So I recommend you find 3 things that you can be thankful for each day. You don't have to say a long prayer, just saying thank you is enough. I personally say thank you each time I eat, use a toilet, because indoor plumbing is amazing, and also each time I use an elevator, because it saves me from going up and down the stairs. Saying thank you and being gracious for the things that we receive create the loving kindness mind state and help us to create happiness for the people around us. Now, the second way to develop a mind of loving kindness is by giving compliments to other people. Everyone loves a compliment. Everyone loves to feel good about themselves. So when we help them do that by giving them that compliment they're looking for, well, that's just good for everyone. I recommend you work to give at least 5 compliments every day. Doesn't have to be fancy. Something simple like, I like your shirt, or good work on your presentation, or thanks for this meal you made me, all count towards your 5. And they all work to create that mind state of loving kindness that Buddhism requires us to develop. Now, doing it in person is great, but you can also do this over the phone or over the internet as well. Just work to get your 5 compliments every day, and it'll all work out. And finally, I'll leave you with this. The practice of loving kindness, and this is true actually for all the awakened mind states, it's a lot like putting money in a piggy bank. It's an accumulative effect. So each time you do it, you put a little bit more money into the piggy bank, and that wealth of loving kindness grows. And as it grows, you become more loving and more kind every day. So doing it a lot is great, but doing it a little is still good. The point is, you have to do it in order to see an effect, and you have to do it consistently. So, that's it for today's talk. To review, the 4 awakened mind states are compassion, loving kindness, equanimity, and sympathetic joy. Today, we talked specifically about loving kindness, which is a mind that allows us to create happiness and love in everyone we meet, as well as in ourselves. And we do that through gratitude meditation and through giving compliments. So, I hope you enjoyed today's talk. If you have questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. I love to hear from you. If you'd like to follow me on my blog or via Twitter, you can do so. The link will be in the description. And of course, please subscribe. That way you'll be notified next time I post a new talk. Thanks.